one October, this woman came into my office. She was selling seats at a charitable event called Rigatoni for Research. I said, how much? And she said, $150. And I said, per chair? And she goes, no, per table. And I said, well, I'll take two. And when I walked in, on our plate was this article from Chatelaine where it was describing how this woman had lost her son to a brain tumor. It quickly hit me that that woman that I was reading about and the picture that I saw was Kathy Douthart.
Christopher Douthart was a young boy who came into SickKids Hospital. I had the great pleasure of looking after him. He would have received the best therapy at that time. Sadly, he succumbed from his disease shortly after his representation with his recurrent medulloblastoma. Pediatric medulloblastoma is the kind of cancer for which we don't have a solution in many instances, and it actually happens to be the most common brain tumor in children, accounting for more than 25% of all of pediatric brain tumors.
Christopher Douthart was a young man who was struck down in the early days of his life and never got the chance that, we had hoped that our children were going to have, so it really touched Leanne and I.
I worked with Danny and Kathy, so Christopher's parents, throughout his journey in hospital, and I realized instantly that they were incredible parents who just wanted to do more for children with brain tumors, but I had no idea how much they were going to do.
I immediately walked over to her and I said, you've touched my heart, what is it I can do? And she said, it's like tossing a pebble. You toss a pebble, it creates a ripple, and you'll be amazed at what the ripple will do over time. And I told her this at the time was, I'm going to try and build an industry golf tournament. I think we've got an industry who's incredibly supportive of a cause like this.
The tournament started as, I would say, kind of a small family mom and pop effort.
John approached me and said, hey, I'd love you to run this event. I looked at it as an opportunity to take something that's a really good cause that had been running for a while pretty smoothly and make it even better, more fun, and raise more money for the charity. For this little tournament that started on a kind of a whim, and you'll realize the math doesn't really work because we took a couple of years off to do some rollerblading, which was interesting and not as successful as the golf tournament.
Boy, did it ever grow, and each year got better and better and stronger to the point now that it is a highly professional golf tournament. Is my favorite charity golf tournament of the year.
We're at 1.81 million, and so the mission this year is big. We're going to try to hit $2 million. It's only achievable if we do it through all of our vendor community and our customers and our staff. There are numerous vendor partners that we have that come back every single year that are also in their 25th event playing at the Ripple of Hope golf tournament, which is fantastic.
That's what we'd always hoped for. It wasn't just a Bunzl initiative, and I mean this, it's truly an industry. It's an industry event.
It's absolutely incredible, and I just wanted to thank them sincerely for everything they have done to support the charity golf tournament through Bunzl.
I'm a true believer that if you give smart people the resources and the money, they're going to solve major issues in our society.
In the last 25 years, we've made some remarkable progress in our understanding of pediatric medulloblastoma and how we can treat it as an underlying cancer. Before 1950, there was no survival for a child with medulloblastoma. Essentially, it was a death sentence, unfortunately. Since our discovery of 4 different types of medulloblastoma, we can now offer some children with different subclasses of medulloblastoma 80 or 90% survival, and we are curing more children with medulloblastoma than ever before based on our discoveries.
Here we are, 25 years later, and the doc and his team have done all this research. Her son would have been cured today with what he had at that time, and I just think anytime that you can participate or contribute in any way that can help save a child's life, I just think it's important and it's humbling.
I hope we continue this for another 25 years. Today is a day about celebrating the first 25 years. I hope in another 25 years from now that we have quadrupled the size of the contributions that we've made, and everybody can take great pride in what it is that they've done to make this a tremendous success, and maybe we'll actually change the cause because we'll have solved the issue. And I have every confidence in the world that Dr. Rutka and the team that he's built are going to do that.